What's going on, you guys? It's Perry the Entertainer back again for another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the things that happened at last night's episode of Monday Night Raw that took place on July 28th, 2014. Make sure you go down there, leave a like on this video. Also, while you're down there, subscribe, and also leave me your comments and thoughts on what you guys thought about Raw last night. We're going to kick things off with the build-up between John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Even though Brock Lesnar wasn't there last night, the build-up to this feud looks pretty promising. We had the inevitable Cesaro somehow getting involved because Cesaro still technically was a Paul Heyman guy who did absolutely nothing for Cesaro, by the way. I mean, Cesaro probably could have went the rest of his career without being a Paul Heyman guy, and he probably would be a little higher than he is right now. We'll put him right there because right now WWE has some sort of pit of despair where that's where you go when the WWE doesn't know what to do with you. Cesaro, RVD's in there, Miz was in there for a while, all sorts of guys are in there. I mean, Ziggler is the pretty much driver of the damn bus. But Cesaro, I guess he decided to step off that bus today, and he fought John Cena to kick the show off. Pretty good match here. It was very well put together. I was intrigued through the entire match. A lot of offense there by Cesaro. Keep Cesaro looking strong as the heel. We even saw Cesaro swing. I know the dirt sheets were reporting that, the Cesaro swing is going to be banned because Cesaro was getting over as a babyface by using it. And it's like, whatever. I mean, you have Bray Wyatt. He's supposed to be a heel. And yet you let the crowd, when he comes out and makes his entrance, you put up signs before the freaking entrance saying, oh, yeah, everybody get your cell phones out now so that there's the big sea of cell phones. And I don't care how old I'm going to be. I'm 18, but even on Twitter, I freak out whenever I see that because it's so awe-inspiring, that sea of cell phones. But you can't necessarily say, though, that, you're trying to get him over as a heel, but you're going to ban him from using a move that the fans like. And like I said, it's kind of like just, not burying, but just doing away with the Bray Wyatt entrance. Because what the hell's that going to do? I mean, sure, the fans love Bray Wyatt. The fans love doing the cell phones thing and everything, but banning the cell phones thing, hell, when you promote it, when you freaking have, everybody get your cell phones out because Bray Wyatt's coming out. Like, what the hell? You're just being, hypocritical there. But other than that, though, it was a pretty good match. We had John Cena ended up getting the win with an FU off the top rope. I guess that was the only way to get Cena over that didn't make Cesaro look weak, even though it kind of did. But maybe have him kick out of an FU or something. Maybe make the match worth a little something rather than just throwing Cena into some match that with a guy that had something to do with Paul Heyman, had something to do with the whole Brock Lesnar thing and everything. Even though Brock wasn't there, you still felt the aura that Brock was somehow, watching the match or he was doing something because, you could kind of see it that Cena knows that, he's going into a fight come August 17th. So let me know what you guys thought about the Cesaro-John Cena match. I personally liked it, but let's move on. The next thing was some more build-up to the Divas Championship match, AJ Lee and Paige. We had Paige pretty much solidify her as a heel. She pretty much did the next to nothing thing after you do a heel turn. You cower out of, when the face actually stands up to you, you run away from her, and that's exactly what Paige did. We had some good back-and-forth promos between the two, and I'm honestly intrigued as to what they're going to do at Summerslam. We know AJ versus Paige is probably going to happen at Summerslam, and I'm intrigued. I'm very excited for it. I mean, of course, if you got to get around the whole, CM Punk chance for AJ, but AJ is going to be labeled for life with that now. Even if they divorce or something, she's just going to get chanted CM Punked, the entire, the rest of her career. But yeah, we had Paige basically run away from AJ. Like I said, solidifying the heel turn, and I like it. I completely agree with abandoning the frenemy storyline. I didn't like it to begin with, but I guess if that was used to set up the Paige heel turn after all, I guess I can do with it for a few weeks. I mean, Paige, I think Paige has been a face her entire career in the FCW and NXT stuff. So, it's going to be interesting to see what she's got to bring to the table as a heel. Maybe they bring the anti-diva thing up, and, it's funny because it's, basically the new Diva storyline is basically instead of AJ being the big, heel in the Divas division, now you have this girl who everyone liked at first who took down that mighty dragon or something in AJ Lee. And over time, she's been building up her own kingdom, her own, not kingdom, but her own, her own palace and everything. And now she's the big, Mamba or whatever you want to call it. And everyone's depending on the old queen, AJ, to get her spot back. And, because there's an even bigger force than AJ. And I like that. I like that about this entire storyline. But, it's sort of like one of those little fairy tale things that, your mom or your dad, told you, before you went to bed, once upon a time, there was an evil queen named AJ who threatened the Divas division, all that sort of stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. But, yeah, let's move on. What do you guys think about the AJ Lee Paige thing? Are you guys intrigued for their next match? And, yeah, next up we had more build up to the last segment of the night, which was going to be Brie Bella making her appearance. We had Stephanie come out, a week after she got arrested. It was the most traumatic experience of her life and blah, 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 all that stuff. Triple H going out there basically getting the Authority over his heels, making fun of the crowd, being like, oh, you thought it was funny. She's crying in the ring and everything. And she, they both call Brie Bella out and end up coming out Chris Jericho. It was pretty cool. Pretty nostalgic, actually, because of the history between the three. Both Jericho and Triple H fought off at WrestleMania 18 for the WWE Undisputed Championship. So I thought that was it was pretty cool to just be nostalgic with it. Jericho called her some like dirty trash bag hoe or something like that, something that you wouldn't necessarily hear in WWE TV now, but all of it set up the main event for the night, which was Chris Jericho versus Seth Rollins. That was that pretty good segment though. Pretty back and forth promos between Jericho and Triple H, and like I said, setting up Seth Rollins to kind of save the day for the Authority. Next up, we had Roman Reigns and Kane. I think, yeah. Besides everything else that was just not important enough. We had the 6-man tag and everything like that. But next up, we had Roman Reigns and Kane. No match between the two. Kane made his entrance. Roman Reigns, during his entrance, got attacked by Randy Orton. Basically, it was a 2-on-1 beatdown at the hands of the Authority. Roman Reigns tried to fight back, and thank God that he tried, but he failed because I was tired and seeing Roman Reigns stand tall at the end of Raw somehow. I'm glad that WWE finally just decided to make the Authority look like something vicious, especially Randy Orton. Randy Orton's flipped that switch that we saw 5 years ago when he punted Mr. McMahon's head off, and we saw that again. He just beat the living hell out of Roman Reigns. 2 RKOs through the announce table and Hangman DDT from the barricade, throwing him in the steel steps and everything. Kane hit a choke slam. Kane actually looked stronger tonight than he's looked the entire year. So I personally loved it. You guys know I loved it because I've been bitching about it all freaking, all month. Ever since I came back to making Raw reviews, I've been bitching about why are you making Roman Reigns look so dominant against the Authority? Oh, you got to make the Authority seem like a more violent and dangerous stable. Well, we got that last night. Roman Reigns basically got his ass whooped by Kane and Randy Orton, and it was good because the whole, sure, I'm not a huge fan of the whole storyline in between it. Oh yeah, I'm jealous because you took my title shot away from me. Yeah, let's kind of ignore the fact that Roman Reigns was 1/3 of the trio that turned against the, Evolution. And let's completely forget about that and their sole takeover of WWE. But no, I'm pissed off at you because you took my title shot. Of course, you can go a lot deeper than that, and I have a feeling that's exactly what's going to happen. But I'm personally happy that WWE finally decided to let the Authority shine and let the heels, look good, because you can't necessarily have Roman Reigns walk into SummerSlam against Randy Orton and have all this freaking build up to him to the point, and then, this guy you're making this guy invincible is basically what I'm saying. And I think that's what I didn't like about over the last few weeks, having Roman Reigns and and Raw looking dominant. I think having Randy Orton tonight, having Kane, or not tonight, last night, you guys get the gist. Having them look strong was desperately needed, especially Kane, because Kane's been getting his ass whooped the last few weeks. So make them look strong, and it's good. And we continued, Kane and Randy Orton still having their fallout and everything. I think Kane actually left them, and that's when Randy Orton started the attack on him. So, maybe Kane turns face at SummerSlam. Nobody really knows there. But yeah, that was that. We had the love triangle between Fandango and that crap continue. Damian Sandow goes out there as an astronaut, gets his ass kicked by Adam Rose. And I didn't even know Adam Rose is using Dean Ambrose's finisher, but I guess it's called the party foul. Dean Ambrose is also using EC3's finisher. It's the same damn thing. I mean, come on. It's Miz's signature move in WWE 2K14 anyway. I'm not a nerd. I played it like 2 days ago, so it's the only reason I know it. But yeah, let's see what else we had here. I mean, I have it right here, so yes, this is some unprofessionalism, but it's whatever. We had not a mixed tag, but Natalya and Naomi versus Cameron and Alicia Fox. Nobody really cared. Here we go. Final match of the night, Jericho versus Rollins. Pretty good match here. I mean, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of it. I mean, I thought it was kind of slow at some points. Jericho I don't know what's been up with Jericho. I mean, ever since he kind of came back, his match has just been slow and he's not really taking any high risks or anything. He did do a crossbody or something that looked good. That was an awesome near fall with Rollins, but we had a feeling there wasn't going to be a clear-cut winner, whether that be Dean Ambrose coming out, and that was surprising because Dean Ambrose didn't even show up tonight. But no, we ended up having the Wyatt family come out and attack Chris Jericho to end it. Keep the Wyatt family looking strong. I like it, and I think it's needed to keep the Wyatt family in people's minds because you can't really, like I've been saying, if it wasn't for Jericho coming back, the Wyatt family probably wouldn't be right here. I mean, Jericho coming back was probably the thing that saved the Wyatt's families, at least their summer, because I'm sure they had something planned for them for the fall or something. But then, Jericho coming back helped the Wyatt family. It kept them relevant in WWE, and having them look strong against Jericho, it's just going to make their SummerSlam win a lot more special. And then come Night of Champions, that's when you have the big who won the feud before Jericho leaves and goes to not film a movie, but he's going to go off and take another hiatus, which is, it's okay because, Jericho's an established face. It's not like, it's not going to hurt anybody having, the Wyatt family come in and look strong against an established face. Sort of like Rob Van Dam, but hell, nobody knows where he is. He was supposed to be at Battleground with the whole IC title battle royal. He didn't show up. I guess injuries or something. But yeah, I mean, Rollins looked pretty good. The Wyatt family ended up coming in and beating the hell out of Jericho, ending it. I think it was good. I guess maybe now or not now, but next week will probably be the way to, or probably be the start to make Jericho look like the favorite going into SummerSlam. If you're going to go that route, because a lot of people already think that when Bray Wyatt and Jericho do come, it's going to be Bray Wyatt getting the win at SummerSlam because WWE has to make up for having Bray Wyatt lose at WrestleMania to John Cena. So I think having him beat Jericho, who is also, like I said, established face, I think it's good for business. I mean, it's best for business. I'm sorry. Damn it. I should have said that before. Now I'm angry at myself. But, yeah, we ended the show with, Stephanie McMahon calling out, Brie Bella. And you wouldn't think necessarily anything of it because it's two girls ending the wrestling show. Haven't seen that in a long time, but it was good. I mean, Stephanie looked, she looked distraught because, she wanted all the charges dropped and it was, traumatic and everything. And Brie came out and shit just went to the fan. I mean, for real. I mean, you had Stephanie say how she wants the charges dropped and Brie's like, oh, well, I want something. And it was funny because she's like, oh, I'll give your sister a pay raise. And it's like, oh, okay, we can work with that. And it was good. It was very well put together. And I know I've been using that a lot lately, but in this case, it was very well put together because you had these two big, in the Divas division, two big stars in the Divas division, not really divas, but you get what I mean. The women's in general, but basically it all led up to Brie Bella. She gets her job back. And another little demand that she wanted was a SummerSlam match, Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon, who later Stephanie basically said she's, you're on and everything. And she's making this big case about it and she's scared for her life and all that stuff. And then which I don't get because you're a former women's champion, but whatever. I guess we're supposed to forget that. But after that, we find out she was basically, faking the entire thing, gives the biggest slap in the freaking free world to Brie Bella and says, I'm going to make you my bitch. So, then we had a big cat fight to end the show. It was cool. I mean, it was good. And it's good in a culmination to, in the culmination of the storyline to these two are ending Raw. These two, I mean, sure, you've been building this storyline up and it's been tough to do it with Nikki and her sister instead of her being there and everything. But, it's understandable. You're going to blame the sister because that's the closest. It's kind of like it would be kind of like if WWE wanted to punish AJ Lee for CM Punk leaving, it would make sense. But of course, his storyline and everything. I guess this is, I think, WWE's way of keeping the Daniel Bryan thing alive. I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I liked last night's Raw. I think overall, I'm going to rate it probably a 7 out of 10. I loved the show last night. I just felt that there were some points that were lackluster. Please get Goldust and Cody Rhodes off of my TV and in the fucking ring, please, because I'm tired of these bizarre looking things that are just awkward to watch now, and it's just... I don't like it, but the ending was good. We had all these agents come out and try and separate Brie and Stephanie, and it was cool. And, it made Stephanie look legit as a, wrestler and everything. And I can't wait to see what they have to put up for SummerSlam. Let me know what you guys thought about Raw last night. And that should be about it. Go check out the Marking Out podcast. I know I've been promoting them up the butthole lately too, but they seem to love the show and I love their show. So we're just going to, I guess, do a little plug war, see who freaking, fails next. Go check out my other podcast, PWF is War. You guys can go check that out. I'm taking over that show, man. I mean, you guys got to come check us out over there. And yeah, I think that should be about it. Go check out Ramblin about Wrestlin. I forgot about them. They wanted me to plug them in this video too. So go check them out. Link will be everything will be down in the description box. And let me know what you guys have to say about Raw. If I forgot anything, let me know. If I made this video too long or if I, had some sort of faults or something that you guys didn't like, please leave them down in the comments. I read all feedback and everything. So, hopefully you guys leave your feedback and I'm out. Perry the Entertainer sending out. Peace.